Welcome back to my individual episode reviews of Siege, the first chapter of the War for Cybertron Trilogy. Today, we're taking a look at the final episode of this first season. Picking up from where we left off in the last episode, B, RC, and Cog have been caught stealing Energon by Sound Blaster, but they managed to escape by stealing a transport. And like I mentioned in my chapter review from way back when, I find it kind of funny that they have to steal some form of transportation because clearly none of their character models were designed to transform in this show. Will RC and Bumblebee get updated transforming models in Earthrise? From what we've seen in the trailers, no, probably not. Back to the Autobots in the Sea of Rust, poor Moonracer is torn apart by the zombie Transformers. Aw, poor Moonracer. Not only is she just a straight-up repaint of Chromia, no new head or anything, but she only got a couple lines in the last episode, and then she immediately got killed off in this one. What a waste. I couldn't even tell what kind of accent she was supposed to have.
Optimus, the AllSpark chamber is below.
Is she British? Australian? Well, the AllSpark finally appears, and Optimus grabs it like the Smash Ball from Super Smash Bros. And all the zombies turn to dust like they got snapped by the Infinity Gauntlet.
Then we'll have to hold them off ourselves! Yeah, agreed!
It's kind of cute seeing Sideswipe agreeing and playing nice with Impactor. So RC and Cog managed to get back to the Ark with the Energon, but thanks to Shockwave's Big V, the knowledge contained in the Alpha Trion protocols has been erased from Bumblebee's mind. Well, there goes that MacGuffin.
Today, we leave no Autobots standing.
Man, that's a lot of Reflector clones. When we see Starscream with a bunch of random Seekers behind him, some of which look like the Rainmakers, this kind of makes me wish that I grabbed that Toys R Us exclusive 3-pack of them when I had the chance. Oh well. Also, after my other video review, where I equated Jetfire's back missiles to the Mandalorian's Whistling Birds weapon, I've noticed when he uses them, and I still think it's kind of cool. I kind of like the idea of Jetfire being the Mando of Transformers. I mean, not to spoil anything for you, but he does have a cool glowy sword here. Now he just needs a little baby Transformer to carry around with him and protect.
Laserbeam reports. Optimus Prime en route to Sector 7.
Sector 7? Why would he go to... Oh right, it's not that Sector 7.
Reports coming in! Megatron's left the battlefield, moving towards Sector 7!
Wait, wasn't Megatron in Sector 7 already? Okay, I've definitely run this joke into the ground now.
You fail me yet again, Starscream.
We briefly see Astrotrain in this episode. And like in Cyberverse, he's a big boy. Not quite Titan scale, but probably as big, if not bigger, than Jetfire from the looks of him. Which is weird because Jetfire was a commander class figure and Astrotrain was only a leader. The same size as Ultra Magnus, and I guess technically Shockwave. You know, if he had all those little add-on bits in the show. I wonder, since Earthrise looks like it's going to take place mostly in space, will Astrotrain play a greater role in that series? You know, since he turns into a space shuttle and stuff. Although, obviously, we've seen the Nemesis in some promo images. But maybe Astrotrain will act as the away shuttle for landing on planets and stuff. I guess we'll have to wait until tomorrow to find out. 2 Seekers try to go for a piggyback ride on Optimus Prime, but they're too heavy and Optimus tells them to get off with his axe. Which I think is the first and only time we see Optimus use his axe in this entire show. While Ratchet is trying to activate the space bridge, Starscream is shooting at him, and Impactor jumps in the way to take the hit. And unfortunately, he dies in Ratchet's arms. Aw, poor guys. But hey, look on the bright side. This opens up the possibility of Ratchet and Wheeljack getting back together. What, too soon? We then have Optimus trying to do some platforming as he climbs up the space bridge. Too bad he didn't borrow Sideswipe's rocket pack.
Sideswipe, give me your rocket pack.
My rocket pack?
Now!
Yeah, right.
The circle closes, Prime.
Yep, we started this chapter at the space bridge, and now we're ending it at the space bridge. So Prime yeets the AllSpark into the space bridge, like he did in Transformers Cyberverse, and then Omega Supreme shows up, which kind of reminds me of War for Cybertron. You know, not this one, the video game. We then have a touching parting of Optimus and Alita. Just like in G1, Alita stays on Cybertron while Optimus leaves on the Ark. But unlike in G1, this time it's Alita's choice to stay behind and continue fighting the Decepticons. Whereas in G1, Optimus just left her behind because she's a girl. And there's no room in this boy brand for non-toy robot girlfriend characters. What a difference 35 years makes. So we end this final episode of Siege with the Ark entering the space bridge just before it's destroyed, and everyone assuming that the Ark was destroyed along with it. But of course, we know the truth.
Warning. Warning. Unknown vessel approaching. Warning. Warning. Unknown vessel approaching.
But what is this unknown vessel? Is it the Quintessons? Or someone else? I guess we'll have to wait and see in Transformers War for Cybertron Chapter 2 Earthrise. I gotta say, this was a pretty good one. Although, again, I kind of wish there was a little more variety in the random generic background Transformers. I mean, in this episode, they seem to have given up and just thrown in a bunch of Reflector clones. Not even in different colors, just countless copies of Reflector. Like I said in the first episode review, Alita 1 is by far the standout character for this first chapter, and the only Autobot with seemingly any good judgment. Honestly, I think that if she was in charge of the Autobots from the start, they probably could have beaten Megatron. Every time it seems like Alita says, "This smells like a trap, Optimus." Guess what? It's a trap. "This seems like a bad idea, Optimus." Turns out, yes, it was. Well, at least she's in charge of the Autobots now on Cybertron in Earthrise. Hopefully, she lives up to expectations. Also, while looking at the voice cast credits here, turns out Moonracer was played by Ellie Main. Ellie is, or apparently was, a Rooster Teeth employee before she left the company in September of last year. I remember seeing her as Bernie's assistant in his vlogs. So I guess that answers my question as to what accent Moonracer was supposed to have in those few lines she was given. British, because that's what Ellie is. And like I mentioned in my review of this whole chapter, Miles Luna, another Rooster Teeth employee, played Cliffjumper and Teletran 1. Wait, apparently Miles Luna has also left Rooster Teeth, but in September of this year? He was like one of the main people behind Ruby, their main show, as well as a bunch of other projects. I wonder why... Okay, I better not get into this. I have a feeling there's probably a good reason not to. So I wonder what other Rooster Teeth employees will be playing Transformers in the upcoming Earthrise series. I guess we'll see tomorrow. Well, enough of me griping about Rooster Teeth's nepotism. This was still a pretty good episode. A much stronger end to this chapter than the beginning was. But still a lot of room for improvement, which I honestly hope we'll see in the following Earthrise. What about you? What did you think of the season finale of Siege? Let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for the first episode of the next chapter of the War for Cybertron Trilogy, Earthrise. You know, if I'm somehow able to get a video review done in only a few hours before I have to go to work. Oh boy. So hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow for Earthrise, Episode 1.